This is a very interesting site. It's called budburst.org. Project Budburst, timing is everything. And it's a site which deals with when things come into blossom. Cherry blossom, forsythia, and you're able to put yourself on the map when things come into bloom in your area. But if you want to go here, then you can observe certain plants, like plants to observe. And you can look at wildwood, flowers and herbs, deciduous trees and shrubs, evergreen trees and shrubs, grasses and conifers. But here is the top 10 plants that they would like you to observe. Californian poppy, chokeberry, I think that's Mustamare arnonia, the common lilac, forsythia, maple, columbine when it comes out. I think I've got some columbine coming up now in the garden. Some red maple, dogwood, southern magnolia, and Virginia bluebells. And if you go into the Californian poppy, for example, then it gives you photographs of it and also gives you maps of when it has come into flower. And you can see here that there's been something on the 20th of March, California poppy. Auburn Center Parks Reporter. So people are putting in when they have seen things coming into bloom. So it's a very nice site, and I find lots of interesting details about different plants from it. So, latest buzz, what's happening? Budburst, pop clock science, bee visiting catmint. So there's lots of stuff in there for kids as well. And I think it's a good site to become aware of what happens, and I'll go out into the garden and have a look at some of the buds that are beginning to break out on my plants now. Gary, he has got his wisteria popping away down there in Germany. The only thing that I have got that pops is my laburnum. And where are they? Here they are. These are the laburnum seeds. And they're just beginning to split open now and throw their seeds about. So I've been quite interested in this phenology and the budding times of plants and when they come up, and I've been looking around the garden at what plants are beginning to bud. And here we have the Rosa Ragusa, Hansa Rose, and it's already putting out buds. I'll have to cut down this hedge. I want to cut it right back and get some new growth on it. And it's beginning to break open at the moment. So that's one of the first ones to come out into bud. And I also have this, it's called the Japanese larch. When it comes into bud and it puts out these marvellous sort of lime green leaves or needles, but it isn't doing anything at the moment. And over here it's been raining or snowing again. This is just lots of raindrops hanging from the branches, but you can see there the buds are perhaps beginning to come out on this Rosa glauca. And over here I've got the Norwegian Angervo, and I think it is going to be putting out its leaves pretty soon. There. The apple trees, they're not doing anything at the moment. I don't think it's warm enough. You can see there, that's the bud on the apple trees. It's a train going by. You hear it? It's making that horrible noise. Everything just gets echoed off the sulphur Selin, the ridge. And this is the snowball bush, and there you can see it is just about to break out into leaf. So that's it. This red shrub here is the dogwood, the cornus, and it's absolutely doing nothing at the moment. Although I did see down here we're getting some muscaria coming up, and also there I think that might be some allium, and some more either tulips or allium. They're just coming up through there. There will be some time before I know what they really are. Here we have the pine tree. It's a pine from last year. As you can see here, it's already putting out other little buds for cones. And it's usually around about this time of the year as well that when you look on the ground, and this is the time that it drops all its cones, as opposed to for new seed. See, there's very many of them. So in the springtime, the pine trees are dropping lots of their cones. Now this is an important tree here. This is the lilac, and you can see it's in bud. Now on one phenology site I heard some lady say that when this breaks into bud, the lilac breaks into bud, then it's time to plant your onions. So that's one plant telling another plant what to do. This is a perennial called Jacob's Ladder. I've got two species here, and it's just beginning to break into leaf. That's a dark blue, and that's a light blue variety there. That there is Aquilegia columbine. It's just beginning to put up the first leaves now. I expect it will be ages before it shows any flowers. That is last year's allium head, and you can see here those are the shoots just beginning to come out of the ground now. So those are alliums coming up. I planted this blackcurrant last year, Pochion Yeti, Northern Giant. Look at the size of those berries. And you can see here, the buds are just beginning to break on it. Whereas the red currants are not doing anything yet. These are my high bush blueberries, and it looks like they're just beginning to break bud now. This is my gooseberry. It looks like it's going to break bud as well. So gooseberries and blueberries are coming out at the same time. And there we have Euphorbia, just beginning to poke its head up through the ground. And this is the Alcamelia mollis, which has come on since the last time I looked at it. So those are the signs of life in the garden at the moment. I think the nose is dry. I think the clematis might be doing something as well. And this is the clematis. It's sticking out quite nice buds. Looks very dry and dead. So it always comes back to life. Well, but if you have a chance, go and see that bud burst site. It's very interesting. At least I found it to be. Okay. See you later.